Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
Oh. We could do a bunch of different podcasts.
Had to stretch.
Talk about how Marcus likes modern things. I like old things. Heather likes the vibrations.
I like some old things. I like some old things, and you like some modern things.
That is true.
And she likes some things that don't vibrate.
Questionable.
I don't think she likes her Jeep when it vibrates.
No.
When her Jeep vibrates, she's like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Shit.
Well, y'all were talking about watches, and
Yes.
I was watching
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, it happens.
It's fine.
So, yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus, and I'm your clueless leader. Today, we're going to go on a learning journey. I have Miss Muffin.
Hi, y'all.
And I have Daniel.
Hey there.
And I always say we're going to go on a learning journey, and half the time we don't.
No, we sort of do.
Kinda.
We're learning what we're talking about that
Half the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Half the time, it ends up being more like that scene from Billy Madison, where it's like, we are all dumber for having to have listened to you. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
It does. It did. Yeah.
Sometimes.
But we have learned something in the past couple days.
What
Have
did we
we?
learn in the past couple days?
Have we?
Supply and demand. Timing and supply and demand.
Okay.
Everybody in the room is lost.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Uh,
So,
Are you talking about the XR?
if...
Well, that too. Yeah, actually.
That's exactly
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay. So,
Well, I was trying to relate it to one of the two bikes, like the one that's going to be purchased or the one that was
Oh,
purchased today.
no, we'll go down the... We'll start with the one that was relinquished.
Yes.
So, all right. The podcast, a.k.a. the benefactor Daniel / my garage. It's confusing, so it's easier just to say the podcast.
I have too many motorcycles and park these spares in Marcus's garage.
That's true.
What's easier just to say the podcast?
Yes.
Well, whatever.
Yes. Well, actually, the podcast has a pretty good collection over there in your garage. It's,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So the 77 KZ sits over there, and the KTM,
KTM.
390 sits
Well, the
in your
KTM
garage.
390,
Yeah.
the 77 KZ,
And-
and the XR have all kind of came about because of podcast conversations.
Yes. Yeah. The
Like, if it hadn't been for the podcast, there's a chance you wouldn't have bought those. Not that you wouldn't have other bikes in their place.
the KTM's a 50/50, but the primary reason that I bought it was for
It
Heather.
was for me. Yeah.
Right.
The KZ is only because I know you,
No, that's
Teresa.
Teresa's fault.
and it had a hole in the engine. I had to
That's
fix
Teresa's
it, and
fault.
honestly, I'm
Okay.
mad at it and don't want to see it.
OT.
Yep.
And the XRs, because me and you talked doing off-road stuff,
Doing off-road stuff.
Yeah.
and I acquired it that way
Yeah.
because I had that YZF 250
Yep.
and realized that I don't need a full bore dirt bike.
Correct. So the podcast has relinquished a motorcycle.
It did.
So the XR has gone to a new home.
It has.
Adam, you probably have no idea that we had a podcast,
Probably not.
but if you listen to this,
Adam from Alabama,
Gadsden,
Gadsden.
congratulations on your new motorcycle and hope you enjoy it.
Yes.
So the story goes, Daniel and Stephanie, I'll get to the second part. Daniel and Stephanie had an offer made to them to purchase a motorcycle,
Correct.
specifically in mind for Stephanie.
Yes.
Keep in mind, it'll get played with on the podcast. Just is what it is. We would have played with the Yamaha, but we didn't want to.
Yeah.
So had an offer, but there is zero space in Daniel's garage. So Daniel needed to clear a spot in his garage, which means relinquishing the Yamaha
Correct.
to clear space, which is officially Stephanie's motorcycle. And she rides it. She hadn't rode it since she's been pregnant, since the
Yeah.
baby's been born.
Yeah, well,
Daniel
that's-
has.
Yeah, that's
It's been
understandable.
rode. But yeah, it's completely understandable.
It's if I was going to ride a cruising bike, I'm just going to take the Valkyrie.
right.
Like for me,
Yeah.
it's redundant.
It's been
Yeah.
rode. And she liked it.
Yeah,
But-
she loved the bike. The ultimate seat that's on there is very comfortable for her.
But I think she was still interested in maybe finding something else at some other point in time down the road.
50-50.
Right.
If she
It was-
didn't find anything, it wouldn't be the end of the
She
world.
wasn't
but-
looking
Yeah.
for anything, but if something was just like bam in your face,
Yes.
then
Well, and
okay.
and then she got a bam in your face offer.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. She
So
did.
we won't get to what it is
Yes,
just
we'll
yet.
talk about that later.
Correct. So the Yamaha, in case you know anybody looking for a
2009 V-Star 1300, fuel injected, solid bike, 5-speed, saddlebags.
37-inch tall windshield,
Yes.
like it
If
has a
you never
super
want-
tall windshield.
If you don't want to feel the wind,
Yes.
if you're getting out of a car and want to get on a motorcycle, this is the closest thing
perfect.
you will
So let's
get.
clarify. So for those of you that have never met us, Muffin is 5'4".
Yes. I'm short.
I am 6'2", so I stand almost a full foot above Muffin. Daniel is 6'3",
Correct.
but Stephanie is like 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9", 5'8", somewhere right in
Yeah.
that area.
So in our world, most of the girls that we encounter, or ladies that we encounter, sorry, no offense,
Women.
Whatever. Yeah.
are about Heather's size.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Stephanie is taller than most.
Is
She
tall.
is tall.
So when she's on the bike with a full face helmet, she is still completely behind the windshield.
That is
Yes. Yeah.
when I ride the bike.
You're completely behind the windshield.
Nearly, I am looking through like right at the top of the windshield.
Yeah.
But it is fantastic when it's windy day or cold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've got this nice little pocket.
So the conversation took place. Bam. Offer made. Woo. Does it need to happen? Conversation came to me for my opinion. Told them they were idiots if they,
didn't take the
if they
offer.
didn't take the offer.
I was already sold. I was.
Yeah.
It was convincing
So-
Stephanie.
So the Yamaha is for sale to clear the spot to have it in the garage where Stephanie's bike sits.
Yes.
Um,
It,
the
the conversation had to happen because obviously me and Stephanie we have a new child. We've also
What?
had dog issues.
Yes. Yeah.
we hadn't
we-
mentioned on here.
We haven't mentioned it, but
Bo
cancer.
had
He has cancer.
yeah, but he's not in remission, but he's doing better.
So he finished his radiation treatment and he is doing a lot better. He's got his mobility back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the cancer's in an area that can't be operated on.
And Bo is older.
Yes. So
Yeah.
the options were we could do radiation and it's a 50-50 whether he's going to recover, get some of his mobility back, or it's going to do nothing. And we're on the same timeline
Yeah.
that we were.
I feel like with Bo, it just seems like it slowed him down a little bit, but
He's still Bo.
he's still Bo.
He's still
Yeah.
both. Yes.
Like he
Yeah.
still
So-
jumps up
so-
in excitement when something happens and
Well,
runs and plays.
but prior to the treatment, he was getting a little bit.
yeah.
He didn't want to get up. He wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything. So now
But-
he's got his mobility back.
Like when we first met Bo, you couldn't get him to lay down.
Yeah. You still can't.
You still can't.
Well, no, he was laying down earlier.
It takes some work. though.
When he
yeah,
was-
it does take
When he
some
was
work.
like, okay, they're not going to pet me. He just was like, I'm just going to go lay down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways, so that is why the Yamaha is going bye-bye. A conversation took place. I'm going to call it not quite a year ago, but hitting probably the 1 year mark
Yeah.
about the XR, because I was riding the XR, but not a whole lot. I was slowing down on how much I was riding the XR.
Well, because for a while you were very, very interested in the off-road stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And the reason that I got the XR because
Was to do off-road stuff.
exactly.
So I slowed way back on riding the XR. It was getting started and rode around my neighborhood, we'll call it. And then the last time I actually rode it, like went for a ride on it, was October of 2025.
Yeah.
Then I have started a couple times. So we decided, or Daniel decided, I said, okay, that we would sell the XR. To be fair, Daniel goes, I'm going to sell the XR. Do you want to buy it? And I said, no. That's how the initial conversation took place.
I offered you that multiple times. It's
Yeah.
like, if you want it, it's yours.
You weren't
It just
really
need-
riding
it
it,
needs
though.
to go.
Well, I said no outside of the not riding it that much because the fuel injected part.
Yes.
I would like to have something like that, but I want turnkey fuel injected, get on and go.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, I'm good. If you want to sell it. And I have just not taken pictures of it because last time I started it or attempted to start it, it was in the back of my garage and it didn't start. We were in a cold snap. Lithium batteries, I'm not a big fan of cold.
Yeah. This is like 20, low 30s at best.
Yeah. So, but I have to do the rearranging, pull a bike out to get a bike out and all this other stuff. So I was going to take pictures of it. And I had not taken pictures of it. So Friday. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday during the day, Daniel says to me, hey, when you get home, will you pull that out, take some photos of it, send it to me so I can post it up, get it for sale because of what is going on.
No, that was Thursday. Because it was
Last night that you called me.
you rode it to the shop Friday.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
sorry,
Thursday.
sorry. I was like,
Thursday.
It was
Sorry.
Thursday.
yeah, it was
Sorry.
Thursday night.
So because we weren't doing it, and Daniel goes, don't know how fast the Yamaha's going to sell. Don't know how fast this is going to sell, but we'll get rid of both of them. It'll give extra money.
Yep.
So as to not take all of the rainy day fund or beer money or whatever you want
beer
to call
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Daniel calls it beer money. Some people call it rainy day fund.
Fun money.
Fun
Fun
money,
money, yeah.
whatever you want to call it. But just to not during that.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah. So Thursday I get home, pull it out, take pictures of it. Don't even attempt to start it.
No.
Push it back into the garage, park my bike.
Because you took pictures of it when you got home from work. So that was
Correct.
probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock that night.
Probably
like
about
that.
6:30.
Yeah.
So then Daniel proceeds to call me at 10:30 that evening. Now I have my phone set because I get so many phone calls to where there's only like 5 people that my phone will ring for in the evening time. Daniel is one of those. So feel privileged.
I do. I definitely do.
He looks at me and goes, "Oh God, what happened?"
I thought there was an emergency when you called me. So that's why when I answered the phone, I was like, hello? And you're like, hey. And I was like, is everything okay?
Is that okay?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
We thought somebody wrecked. It's
Well,
fine.
no. So, like in my mind, you're sitting there playing PUBG late at night. Like,
I was in the bathroom. Okay.
well, you
this
know
is
what?
gonna
I'm
sound,
glad that you were in the bathroom this time.
No.
bathroom.
This is going to sound, for those of you that don't personally know me, I have a partial. So I was in the bathroom taking my teeth out, rinsing my mouth out, getting ready to get in bed when my phone starts ringing.
Lovely.
I'm 41,
And,
almost 42.
and
Realistically, not 80. So I'm getting ready to go to bed and my phone starts ringing. I freak out. Heather's like, who's calling you? I go, and immediately I go, I don't know, but if it's ringing, there's an emergency. The emergency was Daniel had somebody wanted to buy the Honda.
right?
Yes.
Like 4 hours on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And this guy goes, well, I'm driving through Chattanooga on Saturday morning. Can I pick it up somewhere close to 75? Daniel immediately is like, calls me. Is it run? And I'm like, well, you know the story.
Yeah.
Tell the guy the story. And if he says, will it run? Go, it is a Honda.
Yes.
So that was my excuse. It is a Honda. Will it run? It's a Honda. So the next day, I get ready to go to work. I'm getting ready to walk out the door and I go, ooh, I'm going to try and start the Honda. In my mind, I'm going to try and start the Honda. If it runs, I'm going to ride it to work.
Yep.
Went out, fired right up.
Well,
It's a Honda.
well, you got to cut me some slack. I haven't seen the bike in like over a year.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is because the lithium battery.
It's so they're so finicky.
Well,
cold
and you
temperatures.
can't just put attach a tinder to the battery or data clips to the battery. It takes a special design connector to run a trickle charger.
Correct.
So you can't run a regular trickle charger. Although last time the battery died, we have a lithium charger specific battery charger at work that we charge it up. So the conversation was, if it doesn't start, I was going to ride to work, come back in the trailer, get the bike, take it to the shop, charge it up.
Yeah.
So we could send the video to the guy of the bike running. Although a purchase price had already been agreed on with a variance based on whether it needed a battery or not.
Yeah.
So fired it up. I sent Daniel a message. I think I'm sending Daniel a message of the video of the bike running, a video that says, "Give me 3,100." We made the guy a great deal, just so y'all know. Daniel just goes, "Cool, forward."
Yep.
So this guy gets a video from somebody else that says, "Give me 3,100." Of the XR running that's like 3 seconds long.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
So I ride the bike to work and all this other stuff.
To be fair, he had asked for a video of me starting the bike that day when he had first contacted me, and I was like, I don't have the bike.
What did he say when you said I don't have the motorcycle?
Well, he gave me his phone number and he said, just call me. And I was like, all right, I feel like I need to explain that I can't send him new pictures or anything like that because it is not in my garage. I don't have immediate access to it.
Yeah.
There might be a time difference.
There is. He's an hour behind us.
Yeah. Well, yes. When I told him, I was like, look, this was a spare motorcycle. I've let my friend ride it. It's been in his garage. I know I haven't.
I'm surprised he didn't go, "Oh God." But then once I think he got to the shop and figured out who the friend was, it was a different conversation.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely a different guy.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, the bike is currently sitting at the Harley Davidson dealership.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
But had that covered. I was like, look, I'm telling you the truth. I have no idea. I haven't ridden it. I haven't done anything with it. This is the situation.
I've heard it more than I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I've heard you go to work on it a few times. Everything on it works. The battery might be an issue because it is a lithium battery and it is an older lithium battery.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a Honda.
Yeah.
I did say that too.
It is a Honda.
I mean, yeah.
So I rode it to work. And everything was fine. We didn't even wash it.
Yeah.
The thing's still dirty. Didn't even wash it.
It was actually nasty. I hadn't realized how bad it was.
Yeah, I considered washing it, and I was like, "No, he's already got it sold. I'm not going to bother with it."
Well, when I walked up, he handed me that envelope, like pretty much immediately.
He was already looking at the bike.
Yeah, he was already ready. He was like, "Yep, this is good."
Yeah,
before you even started it.
Yeah.
Well,
so
or attempted.
And then so I rode it to work, no issues, and then. Yesterday, let's clarify for anybody, this is when you're listening to this, today is Saturday. So on Friday, it was 84 degrees in Chattanooga.
Yeah, it was beautiful yesterday.
mm-hmm.
This morning, it was 37 degrees when I went to work.
Yep.
That's Fahrenheit for anybody listening. That uses weird numbers. We already said it doesn't like the cold.
It does not like the cold.
So I go start it and it's not acting like it's getting gas, and you can hear the battery going. Yeah, and it's like, oh God. I make eye contact with Daniel, and we're both like, shit. and I just reach over and give it a little gas, push the button, fire it up.
And then it idled perfectly.
And then Daniel and I had the biggest smiles on our face.
There it is. It's a Honda.
Yeah, he's shoving money in Daniel's hand. Yeah. Like, he's so excited that Daniel had to remind him like 4 times, "Hey, I need to sign that title."
Yes, I did. Well, he stuck it in his jacket and then just tried to walk away. I was like, "I need to sign that for you."
Yeah.
Look, I want to take this thing off my insurance. Yeah. This needs to go.
I literally forgot about the blinkers.
I did too. Well, because
he doesn't have to have them in Alabama.
he asked me, he was like, it has blinkers, right? And I was like, yeah. I forgot that we only put the front ones on. We never put the
No,
rear
we put
ones.
the back ones on. Doesn't have the front ones on.
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
the
it has
reverse.
back ones and not front
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I kind of looked real quick in a couple boxes when I got home from work today, too. I
They're
was like, I
somewhere.
don't know where they are.
They're somewhere in the garage. And,
I don't know
and
where
I
they
told him, and Adam, if you're listening to this, you happen to listen to the podcast, I will send them to you when we find them. They are somewhere in Marcus's garage.
And if you see my garage, you would go, oh, God.
Yeah.
Well,
My garage is not a wreck. It's just there's a lot of storage totes. And there's no organization to the storage totes. There's some totes you open up, and if there's jackets on top, it's jackets. But if you open it up, it might have just motorcycle parts thrown in a
random
box.
crap.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what
And
happened.
there's more than one of those totes.
And I think because I remember I gave you, if there was any spare parts for the
Yeah.
XR, because you had it,
Yeah.
they all went in like a cardboard box that you took.
Yeah. And I think that.
Yeah.
So what
It's
I'm
in there
looking for
somewhere.
is,
Yeah, it's somewhere.
is the smaller cardboard box inside of the plastic tote.
Correct.
Probably.
So, anyway, so yeah, those are there somewhere. But anyway, so we kind of got nervous, and I was like, I know it's the fucking cold. I know
Yeah.
that's the issue. But it
Because, I
fired
mean,
up.
even in the shop, it was kind of chilly.
Yeah, it was cold inside.
Well, I mean, it's a shop. You
Yeah.
know, you can't heat that
Yeah.
properly.
So anyway,
But
so,
it started right up, and then it idled perfectly, and it just did
Yeah.
what it needed to do.
so the XR is gone.
And you guys, you pulling it out, had a little bit of fun with it. Him going through the parking lot.
He
definitely
was
had
having a little bit of fun with it.
because the way that bike was geared,
Yeah,
it's got that low down
yeah.
power to it. It'll bring that front wheel up,
Mm.
and it actually has brakes, unlike his.
He also got excited about the seat already being
Yes.
shaved down a little bit
But with the taller rear shock,
with the tall rear shock. He was like, "This is awesome."
because he was worried about that when he was texting me. He was like, because I told him, I was like, I know it has a taller rear shock. We think it's like a CRF 450 rear shock or something like that.
Yeah,
Because it is taller than a standard
Yeah.
XR 650. He's like, I'm not that tall. Like,
you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You're fine.
Well, he was like, when he said, he's like, "Look, I can tippy toe. I'm perfect."
well, I told him
And that's
about,
when I went ride with one foot.
yeah, I told him about Teresa jumping on and off of it.
Oh yeah.
when she rode it.
So yeah. So like I said, the XR's gone. Still
Yep.
got to get the Yamaha gone.
Yes.
In place of the Yamaha, though,
Yes.
the Yamaha is being replaced with something that I was not sure when this day would come.
From me or her, the person selling it.
In that garage,
Yeah.
that garage as a whole.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No, the rest of it, whether it's you buying one or her selling one, some point in time, yeah, I figured that would happen. But the thought of when was the question, and what is the good question too.
Yeah,
Also true.
That's true.
But if you haven't figured out by now, there's going to be a Harley Davidson sitting in Daniel's garage,
There is. There is.
and not just any Harley Davidson.
Nope.
So we have a good friend that decided she was not going to ride anymore.
So, if you have been listening to this for a long time, you have heard us talk about our friend Pete that tragically passed in a motorcycle accident. No, hang on, 5 years ago for Pete, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. About
Prob-
5 years ago.
Probably 5
Has
something
it
years
been
ago.
5?
5.
Actually, I think it might be yeah. No,
Somewhere-
5
we'll
years-
call-
Yeah, because it
we'll
was
call it
after
5.
COVID.
I
Yeah,
was
it
working
was
at the
after
dealership.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was after COVID.
I was working at the dealership. So we'll call it 5 years. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
We might be 4, 4.5, whatever. When he had his accident and passed away, Steve and Sharon were with him.
Correct.
They were all three riding together. And which that night they called us. Steve rode his bike back home. Sharon was pretty shaken up. So understandably.
Yeah.
Well, then we had a couple years ago, another close group friend of ours pass away in a motorcycle accident.
Two of
Two.
our
Two.
friends.
Yeah. A couple. A couple.
Yeah.
Which you've heard us talk about, Dwayne and Sherry, God rest their souls, are also one of the big reasons why we are huge proponents, and we have slowly gotten people in our group to switch over to full face helmets. Not saying they 100% would have saved their lives, but a lot of their injuries were facial and head trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So not just full face, but good quality full face helmets.
Correct.
So with those two factors and just Steve getting hurt, not being able to ride,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon just doesn't ride her bike no more.
Well, and for years, Stephanie has told her if she ever wants to sell it, she would love it because it is purple fire.
It is.
And blackberry smoke.
For anybody wondering, it is purple and black two-tone
with the pinstriping.
Yeah.
with the pinstriping, with the different color purple pinstripe
Correct.
over chrome
Yes.
It's pretty.
It
on
is
a 2016
Dyna Lowrider.
Dyna Lowrider.
Yeah.
Yep. Stephanie is going to title that bike in her name. So technically, I still won't own a Harley.
Stephanie is going to be a Dynabro.
Stephanie thinks that we're not going to play with her motorcycle.
She knows better.
Stephanie
I think
is wrong.
I think she knows that.
There will be days where Alex calls Daniel and says, "Hey, I'm going riding on the Dyna,"
Dyna Day?
and it
Dyna
will be
Day?
Dyna Day. I still we still have. I should have showed it to you, that anniversary, the blue one
Yeah.
at the shop.
Oh, no, it's on the sale floor.
Yeah, did you
Yes.
see it?
Yeah, with the gold accents.
Yeah,
That's
the gold,
a good-
but the gold accents need to come off.
That's a good looking bike.
The bike needs to be chrome.
I agree.
Like
I
the gold
actually got-
lowers need to be chrome. The gold foot pegs need to be chrome. The gold badging on the tank needs to be chrome.
I'm going to agree with you, but I still think it's a good looking bike.
And it needs chrome wheels.
It does need chrome wheels.
Like it's got spoked wheels. It needs
Yeah.
like chrome, like
Yeah.
Thunderstar 5 spokes or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
If it had all of that, I'd probably be bending over to backwards to buy it anyways.
But that's basically double the price what we paid for this one.
Yeah. So here's how the conversation went. Actually, so here's how the conversation went. Daniel goes, "Hey, we have a question for you. Sharon's motorcycle." Yeah. I think at the first thing you were like,
It's
I'm
more
not
to
sure
convince Stephanie.
what year it was.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm not 100% sure what year it is. And I go, I think it's like a 15 or a 16. Was immediately
Yeah.
what I said. That was based on color.
Yeah.
And I said that to you. I said that's my thought is based on color because Harley Davidson has a bad habit of doing limited edition, 1 year only colors and not telling anybody.
So apparently that color, that combo,
Yeah.
the purple fire, blackberry smoke was only 16.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That
what I'm
because I once I got over there and actually saw the bike, saw the
my
date code,
black
and I was
2000,
able to,
my black 2009 Deluxe with gold and silver pinstriping, only 2009.
yeah. Apparently only in 2016 they did that color combo.
Yeah.
So
Because you guys have a Heritage on the floor right now
That
that,
same
has
color.
the exact same color combo.
yes. And they also did that exact same color combo on a Road Glide Ultra because I tried to get
Yep.
Steve to buy the Road Glide when we had one.
Yeah.
I was like,
I remember
y'all
that.
can have matching motorcycles. So, anyways, so the conversation was they have this Dyna. They're wanting to sell it to Stephanie. It is
Convince
a good.
Stephanie.
It is a good bike. It has not been ridden. I don't want to say as it ran. It hasn't been ridden
Better part of a year.
for I'll say it probably hasn't been started in 6 months,
Correct.
but it hasn't been ridden for probably close to a year, outside of maybe up and down the road,
Yeah.
if that. Because Steve said he did that.
And when
I'm not
Steve-
saying Steve's a liar.
No, Steve, I'll trust Steve to say that he's taking it out just to get
Steve,
it.
Just to get it,
well, Steve
yeah.
is bad with dates, and I'll tell that to his face.
Yes.
Because I've heard
100%
Steve
agree
go,
with that.
"Oh, that was last year." No, Steve, that was 3 years ago, bro.
Steve, that was 1986.
Yes, yes. Steve thinks
bro.
that 3 weeks ago he was living in Atlanta. Steve, you haven't lived in Atlanta in 20 years. So, yeah, he's just bad with dates.
It's
That's
fine.
okay.
Bless
That's
his heart.
okay.
Yeah.
Certain dates, he nails it. Most dates, not so much.
Yeah.
So it's because he makes it easy to live in.
And onto the bike.
Anyways, I don't know. So Steve has kept the bike clean in a covered area and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But it has been sitting.
Yes.
Steve has his shoulder.
He's had multiple surgeries
Yeah.
over the years.
Yeah, he's had one like on his back, his hand.
Yeah.
Shoulder a couple times, I think.
So that's why Steve has quit riding due to medical issues. So
He gets out between surgeries.
Yeah.
and gets in trouble.
Yeah. He gets hurt between the surgeries.
Yes. Steve is a war veteran, and his time in battle has caught up to his body and
Yeah.
is taking a toll on his body.
Correct.
Which happens.
So, but anyway, so back to the bike. Asking me, hey, this is the situation.
It was basically convince Stephanie that this
Yeah.
is a reasonable purchase because
And I go,
this is the first time that Stephanie's actually been involved in a motorcycle purchase for herself.
okay. I didn't
So-
know that part.
Yeah, no. Every other motorcycle that she's ridden,
Yeah.
like the 1300, I bought for her.
Yeah.
The 650 bought for her. Every other bike that she's ever had is a bike
Yeah.
that I purchased and then said, "Here, this is yours."
Yeah.
This is one that she's actively involved in.
Yeah.
She has put money into buying this motorcycle, and it is going to be registered under her name.
Yeah.
So this will be the first motorcycle she's actually ever technically owned.
Yeah.
So-
Technically,
Yeah. So, anyways, we're having the conversation and they're talking about the bike. I know the bike. I've
Yes.
seen the bike more than once.
yeah,
And I was like, well, what are they asking for it? So I won't go into that on here. I will say this. When they told me what they were offering, I immediately said, Stephanie, I looked at Stephanie. I go, Stephanie, you're an idiot if you don't buy that motorcycle.
I mean,
I
you
go,
did.
I go,
Yeah.
you could have to replace the whole engine and it's still worth buying that motorcycle.
Yes,
yeah.
And I'm not saying that as a Dyna fan. I'm saying that as financially invested.
yeah,
They got a deal that any motorcycle lover would go, that's a good deal. Daniel is not a Dyna bro and was already sold
yeah.
based
I
on the
mean,
deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was
It was a
100%
price that
worth.
me as not a Harley person could
Yeah.
say, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like the $800 Road King.
Yes.
It was worth everything that you had to put into it. It was worth the deal because you were still going to be way undervalued on the bike.
Absolutely.
So now Stephanie has a Dyna.
Not yet. We have not acquired it yet because that
Agreement has been made.
the agreement has
Yeah.
been made and most of the money has been put down. The sale of the XR this morning has
Facilitated.
solidified the money.
Yes. So rainy day fund doesn't have to get touched.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
The beer fund stays intact.
Yes.
And in the next week or so, there
Which
will be
beer fund? Daniel didn't buy beer tonight. I bought the beer.
Yes, you did. And I'm very appreciative of that. I'll take the change.
I don't know what
The change where normally you're grabbing beers out of my fridge.
Oh, yeah.
No, normally it's
Well,
me.
I said that earlier.
Yes, I know. Sorry, that's what I.
You're like, how
not
much for the beer? I was like, do you know how much beer we've drank over here?
Yeah, especially
No,
me.
you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me anything.
No.
So, but anyways, yeah, it was. So now there's going to be a
Yeah.
2016 Dyna Lowrider in Daniel's garage.
And going to get everything set up the way Stephanie wants to.
Yeah.
You know, she sat on it. She said, seat might need to get changed. She's used to that ultimate seat that's on the Yamaha,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I can get her an ultimate seat for the Dyna.
Yeah.
And if that's what she wants, that's what I'll get her.
Yeah. We just got to figure that out.
Yeah.
I would, because Alex has one. I would have her sit on Alex's and see what she says.
I've thought about doing, when he comes over the next time or getting to.
Yeah, just see what she says, because she might go yes or no. She might want something a little wider or something like that.
So the big part of this too is the Yamaha is a big bike compared to, it's, I would say, equivalent of a Road King.
Short and fat.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a wide bike.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like a wide bike.
Mm-hmm.
The Dyna weighs more, actually. It's a heavier motorcycle.
How much does that Yamaha weigh?
It's like 750, 800 pounds.
The Yamaha?
Yeah.
No, the Dyna's lighter.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought the Dyna was lighter.
I thought the Dyna was going to be slightly heavier.
My bike's 800 pounds.
Okay. Well, because I know the Valkyrie is significantly lighter than everybody.
Yeah. No, my bike is 800 pounds. I think that Dyna's probably like 6 or 650.
Okay.
So,
but it's significantly dimensionally smaller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Displacemently larger.
Significantly larger.
Well, I wouldn't say
Horsepower.
significantly.
Well, yeah, it's 300 cc's larger.
Yeah, but it's a Rebel.
That's a whole KTM 390.
It's not a whole KTM 390. It's like 80% of a KTM 390.
I mean,
fair.
Yeah.
Technically, the funny part about this, Stephanie's going to have the largest displacement motorcycle in the garage.
Yes.
Still one of the slower bikes, but
I
the largest
think it's,
displacement.
I think it's a 650. I wonder if that thing is stock, like cam and stuff like that.
It is.
So
it does have a Vance and Hines 2-in-1.
Yeah. That doesn't. I was trying to think of horsepower and torque numbers.
Factory's like 90, 100.
It's not
for the
that.
103.
That's engine.
Engine.
Yeah. So that 103, if it doesn't have a cam in it, it's probably like 77 horsepower and like 85 foot-pounds of torque.
So she's slightly downgrading in powder.
So let's see.
But you got to think the Yamaha is a Japanese engineer.
Well, she's downgrading in power, but
upgrading in everything else.
Well, the power comes on a lot lower.
That Yamaha is pretty much.
I bet that Yamaha is about 3,500 RPMs to get the same power that Dyna puts.
You would never know it doesn't have a tack
at 2,200.
No.
And that very well might be.
So 1,687 cubic inches.
Yeah. No, so 390 1300 versus 1678. That's basically a 390 Duke, because the 390
close,
isn't 390. It's like
it's
380 something.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole nother motorcycle.
Yeah, it's a whole bike in between.
It's a whole other smaller
It's
bike.
a whole KTM larger.
Right?
So 686. Dry weight 644.
Okay. For the Dyna?
For the Dyna. For very specifically a 2016 Dyna Lowrider.
Look up her Yamaha 2009. I'm just curious now. Because I've always felt like it's a heavy bike.
It looks like a heavy bike.
It feels like a heavy bike to me. I mean, but that's me coming off the Valkyrie, and it's a lightweight bike comparatively.
See, the Valkyrie looks like a majorly heavy bike to me.
But it's not.
I would be
670.
scared to ride that.
Okay, so they're about the same. Yeah, the Valkyrie just balances better.
Okay.
Same horsepower. And, well, does Yamaha post their numbers at crank or at rear wheel?
Rear wheel.
Okay, so same horsepower, less torque. So, less top speed.
Well, 5-speed versus 6-speed.
Yeah.
Both belt drive.
Max torque is at 4,000 on the Yamaha.
That makes sense.
It's probably going to be
But that
between
makes
28
sense.
and 32 on that Harley.
Yeah. That makes sense for the Yamaha engines.
Mm.
They're always higher RPM engines.
Mm.
Now, I do have to say the one comment. So Stephanie rode the bike last Wednesday.
Oh, did she actually ride it?
Yes.
Okay.
So we went over there. I held the baby. She took the bike out. She didn't have her phone with her.
Oh, God.
She actually. So this is the first time that she's ridden a bike since
The baby.
Been pregnant.
Well, the baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you put a baby inside of her. I don't look, not to go down that road, but at a month, there was a baby.
Yes. So she actually stalled it out at the end of the driveway. Now, mind you, that driveway is a pain in the ass.
That driveway is a pain in the
Oh,
ass.
And
yeah.
then the road that
I
goes.
think I
So
have
she
actually.
went. She was going to go up to the left.
I
And,
think I've
and there
actually-
was a car coming, so she stopped short.
Oh.
I think last time I rode over there, I stalled pulling out of the driveway.
I've stalled coming out of that driveway just because,
It's a weird driveway.
It's a weird driveway.
and then having to get it restarted because she's not used to she's used to the key and then the start button.
Yep, just push that
Oh.
button.
Well, you got to off and on after you stall it.
On that? On the Donna?
It didn't have the fobs weren't working.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
If you
the
stalled
fob,
it,
if the fob wasn't
just pull
working,
the clutch
then-
in and push the start.
Yeah, fob wasn't.
Yeah.
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 You know how I know that, though? For people rolling up and turning off your bike. And all I do is squeeze the clutch in and let it back out and then give it gas.
Yeah.
and go.
But the bad part about that, she rode off. Her phone was sitting in the car,
Oh, Lord.
and she was gone for a good 20 minutes.
and you don't know.
Yeah, girl.
You think she's going for a 5-minute ride.
Yeah, girl.
Well, and that was perfect. Like
Right.
she could ride it as long as she wants to, but she stalled it out coming out of the driveway. The bike hasn't been ridden in a while.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, the solidity of the bike is not known. Like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe there's a low
Yeah.
tire. Like everything
You never
looked
know.
fine. Like
Yeah.
visually, everything looked fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
I'm just standing there. I'm holding our son. I'm just like, well, hopefully she comes back.
No.
And actually, after a few minutes, Steve was like, I'm gonna like get on the bike and just kind of like go and just see if I can find, like, just in case.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, she hasn't ridden in a very long time.
She got lost in that
Well,
neighborhood.
I would have got lost. It's
Well,
fine.
my fear is this is a bike she's never ridden before.
Yeah.
You know, the bars are in a different place. She's got different, you know, she had floorboards on the
Yeah, she's
Yamaha.
got
These
pegs.
are forward pegs currently.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, maybe going around a turn, she stopped, didn't put her feet down, and it fell over. She's by herself trying to pick up a bike.
Yeah.
You know,
You never know.
That's
Yeah.
in my head. Steve comes back. I don't know where she went.
No.
And then about 20 minutes later, she shows up. She's like, oh, yeah, no, it ran great. I was just having fun.
Yeah, go, girl.
Because she hadn't rode in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she hadn't rode in a
Yeah.
while.
Get it,
I was
girl.
like, I was legitimately getting worried just because I didn't have any way to contact her. She didn't have
Yeah.
any way to contact me. And
Yeah.
I don't know where she went
Yeah.
True.
on a bike that she's not familiar with. But came back. She gave me the thumbs up saying, yes, it needs a good bath.
And then you got the card. She had permagrin.
Yeah. Stephanie will never tell anybody this, but she does actually enjoy getting out there on the motorcycle and riding.
Oh, I'm
she
sure
never
does.
thought she would.
Oh, yeah.
But she's not a fanatic like me and you are, Marcus.
I'm not a fanatic.
Yeah, okay.
I hate motorcycles.
She doesn't make it her whole identity,
That's
but at the same time, she
makes you
says
think?
she's like, you know, I'm a badass.
Ah, she is. We've told her that before.
We're going to buy her a leather vest with a patch that says badass.
No, she needs a denim vest.
Okay, denim vest
Oh,
with a patch that says
God.
badass.
Look, we can't be with those leather vest people.
I don't think I'd let her wear a denim vest on
Did you say live to rest?
No, we can't let her have a denim vest or a leather vest.
I've got a leather vest.
You're
I don't think I
You're
could let her
different.
wear a denim vest. No.
Don't you hate on my denim vest?
I said, me, fashion-wise, I couldn't let the girl wear it.
I only wear my denim vest with my denim shirt.
Oh, no, that's fancy. That's fancy.
I'm going to a wedding.
It's fancy.
So, anyways,
So there will be a Harley in my garage come probably next weekend.
Yeah.
so let the jokes fly because Lord knows me and Alex have.
Oh, God.
Well, my last conversation through text with Alex was about Stephanie buying Harley before Daniel did. And Alex said that's because she's more of a man than he is.
And on that bombshell.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.